शलाकय चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः। नमः ॐ विष्णुपादाय श्रीगौरप्रियमूर्तये श्रीमते भक्तिवल्लभा तीर्थगोस्वामिने नमः। पतित पावन परम करुणामय परमाराध्यतम श्रील गुरुदेव नित्य लीला प्रविष्टो विष्णुपाद परमहंस परिव्राजकाचार्य अष्टोत्तर शतश्री श्रीमद श्रील भक्ति वल्लभ तीर्थ गोस्वामी महाराज जी के श्रीपाद पद्म में असंख्य कोटि साष्टांग दंडवत प्रणाम करते हुए उनकी अहेतु की कृपा प्रार्थना करता हूँ। परमाराध्य शिक्षा गुरुदेव नित्य लीला प्रविष्टोम विष्णुपाद श्री श्रीमद भक्ति विज्ञान भारती गोस्वामी महाराज जी एवं शिल भक्त निकेतन तोरियाश्रमी गोस्वामी महाराज जी के श्रीपाद पद्म में असंख्य कोटि साष्टांग दंडवत प्रणाम करते हुए उनकी अहेतु की कृपा प्रार्थना करता हूँ। By the mercy of most revered Srila Gurudev, we have been discussing about the glories of the holy name. The glories of the holy name. Because Harinam is Yuga Dharma. Harinam is the bestower of prem. Harinam is everything. Harinam is the supreme controller, supreme proprietor, supreme enjoyer, everything. Especially in this age, in this Kali Yuga, the only thing which can bestow the ultimate attainment is the holy name. So we have been discussing here about the glories of holy name. Yesterday we discussed like how these people with different inefficiencies are not capable of carrying forward the transcendental message of the Supreme Lord. So most important, when we talk about the holy name, it's very important that we have to check the source. We have to check the authenticity of the holy name. Authenticity of the holy name. What is the authenticity of holy? Because the holy name has to be potent, and the potency comes only when it is empowered. When someone is empowered by the potency, then only it descends. So, like there are so many people in this world, those who go to different spiritual personalities and get themselves initiated. But the person from whom they are getting initiated, those are the people, there are many such people, they chant the holy name, but they also chant other names of other demigods, like that. They are not one-pointed, they are not the followers of one-pointed exclusive devotion towards the holy name, Nam Prabhu. And also they are not the people, those who chant the holy name for the pleasure of the Nam Prabhu, but they are the people, those who take shelter of the holy name for attaining some worldly benefits, worldly pleasures. So they have some other ulterior motives. Such kind of people, and also the people who have these four kinds of defects. It's very difficult. A person who has all these defects, that they can carry forward this divine message. Who can bring this divine message? It's said, it's like the message coming through the disciplic succession. Only they can bring this potency, they can implant the potential name of the Lord in the heart of a sincere aspirant. So that's why we have to know this. When we talk about the glory of holy name, we may be thinking why we need to know about the Shastras and all other things. Because everything is connected to each other. There is a strong connection. Everything is connected to each other. The holy name is connected to the Supreme Lord. Supreme Lord is connected to the knowledge, is connected to the love, is connected. A devotee is connected to the Lord. Everything is connected. If this connection is not properly maintained, if at one point, if the connection is broken, then it's like nothing remains together. Like a nice mala made with the pearls. It's like a nice garland made with the flowers, but there is a thread inside which keeps everything united. So at one point, at somewhere, if the thread is broken, everything is dispersed. In the same way, if the thread is broken and pearls can't remain together, pearls can't remain together. They will just split and then splash and disappear somewhere. That is the importance. In the same way, it's a connection. When the connection is broken, holy name is the connection. If it disappears, then nothing is attained. And the pure devotee of the Lord, that preceptorial channel, that is the connection. When the holy name is not coming through that preceptorial channel, it's quite natural that everything is broken. So the Lord, His holy name, His devotees, His association, the scriptures are, what does the scriptures means? Scriptures means the knowledge, the wisdom, which is non-different from the Lord. Whatever is in relation with Krishna, it is non-different from Him. So we have to understand this. Wise people have to understand this. So that's why when if these authorities are ignored, so sorry, it's a little getting dry. So if all these authorities are ignored, everything becomes unsteady and irrational, as we have discussed yesterday. So what it is said, the Vedas, Upanishads, Vedanta Sutras, Puranas, and also Itihasas like Mahabharata and Ramayana, and also all these Pancharatras, and all such works and the commentaries are based on the above by the Acharyas, who are commissioned by Bhagwan for the benefit of humanity, are known by the word Shastras. So what is it? It is the message which is brought down by the Acharyas line of Acharyas for the benefit of humanity, and it is commissioned by the Supreme Lord. Approval of the Supreme Lord is very important. When the Supreme Lord doesn't approve this, when there is no approval from the Supreme Lord, then the message doesn't carry any potency. The seed, the bija, is the thing which is coming down from the Supreme Lord. That's why the Lord himself says, Satam prasangan mama virya samvido. Mama, my virya, potent, samvido, discussion. So where to do it? Satam prasangan. You go to the devotees, you go to my pure devotees, and then discuss prasangan. What to discuss? My potent discussion. That is very important. We have to understand this. Because the potency is coming from the Lord himself. So when a sincere, true, surrendered devotee of the Lord chants the holy name of the Lord with no ulterior motives, with unconditional devotional service attitude, the Lord could not remain unacknowledged. So that's why the Lord acknowledges and the Lord confirms his presence in each and every holy name chanted by that sincere devotee. That's why the name which comes out from the lips of a pure devotee becomes potent. That becomes potent. That is the speciality of the holy name coming out from the lips of a pure devotee. What the Lord does, Lord makes it potent. Each and every name coming out from the lips of his devotees becomes potent because the Lord empowers it. The Lord confirms his presence. That yes, I am present within the name chanted, recited by my beloved devotee. Like that. The Lord, there is no such thing that the Lord says no. Only in whole day you are chanting like you are chanting 3 lakh Harinam. Okay, no problem, I need to take some rest. So maybe in the afternoon I will be present in your chanting for 1 hour, or in the morning I will be present something. No such thing. Mad bhakta yatra gayanti tatra tishtami narada. I always mark my presence in each and every holy name uttered by the sincere devotee. That is the potency of the holy name. So the generator of that potential holy name is the pure devotees of the Lord. Are the pure devotees of the Lord. They generate that pure holy name through their unalloyed, unadulterated, unconditional devotional service to the Supreme Lord, Prajendra Nandana Sri Krishna. So all those personalities, through them, all these Shastras, they manifest. These Shastras, they manifest through them. That's why it is said, it can be Vedas, Upanishads, Puranas, everything, whatever it is. It's all what it is done, it for the benefit of human society, by the will, sweet will of the Supreme Lord. That message descends. Shastras need not be confined in one particular language alone. That's also a very important thing we have to understand. That no, they have to be in one particular language. No. Shastras are beyond the barriers of language. They are beyond the barriers of religion. They are beyond everything. They are purely transcendental. They are, and they deal with the transcendental objects and their knowledge, and they are not so easily intelligible to the ideas of this material world of those people whose knowledge about this material world, it's not possible to understand. Means this transcendental knowledge which is beyond any religion, which is beyond any language. Gajendra, he was reciting the prayers which he used to perform in his past life as Indradumna Maharaj. Which language he was reciting there? The only thing which was visible in that lake is the elephant was holding a lotus through his trunk and then posing it upward direction, and then slowly it's drowning inside the water because it's being pulled very heavily by the crocodile. But the Lord appeared. In which language the elephant was making the prayer? In which language Hanuman was making the prayer? In which language Garuda was making the prayer? In which language Kak Bhushundi was making the prayer? Lord has many devotees. One, Jambavant, he has the body of a boar. One is Kak Bhushundi, he was having the body of crow. Hanuman, he is having the body of monkey. Garud, he is having the body of an eagle. They are different personalities, different great associates of the Lord who has accepted different forms, different bodies. So which language they were reciting? Lord is very merciful. He is Sarva Bhasha Vidu. He is the possessor of the knowledge of all the languages. Any language we can speak. How it is possible? We understand. In this world also we understand. There is a language called grooming. It's a kind of language which is used through expressions. Through expressions and body movements, we can control different other entities. Like a dog, a lion, an elephant, all these things, they get controlled by a small insignificant person only through that language. Amazing communication. He sees the animal and he says, sit. How would the animal ever understand English or Hindi or Bengali or some other language? But wherever the animal is, and the person speaks in his own language, but the animal, it understands it. Like that. And how the Lord can't understand all those languages. There are so many cities, so many places where we go and we don't understand their language, but through expressions we just say like this, like that and all other things, and the person can easily understand. And many a times even nothing is spoken, so many things are there that can be easily understood through the eyes. When you look into the eyes of someone, we can feel that whether the person is upset with you, whether the person is happy with you or angry with you or is in love with you, whatever it is. Simply by looking straight into the eyes. So in this world also we can have such an experience, and how we can imagine that the Lord, He is not potent enough to understand what's going on within the heart of each and every individual. In this world we only understand certain things. We only understand certain things in this world, and that too which are external. What's going on inside the heart of each and every one, there is no possibility, there is no chance that we can ever understand it. But the Lord not only understands the external language, but He also understands the internal thing of each and every jiva. That's His speciality. When he can understand everything, why it needs to be in one specific language? Anyone can recite the name of the Lord. Anyone can glorify the Lord in any of the languages possible. One time I was in Ukraine, and then one lady came to me and she says, everything is okay, but why would I chant the name Krishna? I don't want to chant the name Krishna. I said, well, that's fine, no problem. And she said, because we are the people who follow Latin language, so I would like to find some word in Latin language only. Then I told her that actually it's good. If you can do it in your own language, you feel more connected. But I said, what you have to pray is the meaning of the word Krishna. What does Krishna means? One who attracts all the spirits, all the souls forever, and then bestow them bliss, ultimate bliss. So the jivas are attracted, those spirits are attracted and bestowed. What is bestowed? Bliss, forever, for eternity, because Krishna is infinite and eternal. So that's why for infinite time there should be this attraction, the charm. It should not be for the time being, for a moment. In this world, our attraction is for the moment. We attract someone for some time, and after that some other influential person comes and our charm is faded out slowly. That's in this world. That's the nature of this world. So there is no possibility that the charm remains constant for all the time. That's the nature of this material world. So, who is the Lord? He is the hero of all time. He is the most charming, most beautiful, most knowledgeable, everything for all time. It's not that he was or he will be. He is always. It's like present and continuous tense. So anyhow, the one who attracts all the jivas forever and then bestows them eternal bliss, not some momentary pleasure, it's eternal bliss. Once Krishna enters into the heart of some individual, some jiva, after that there is no possibility that the jiva can ever even imagine to survive without Krishna. I said, if you find some nice name which can define this particular thing, I said, you can happily chant. She said, actually, I don't think such word is existing. I said, then better to chant the name Krishna only. Like that. We can see how the gopis were. When Uddhav came to Vraj, and then Uddhav wants to explain them, teach them about the knowledge of Brahman, and Uddhav came there with so much of pride that now I have come on behalf of Krishna, so I shall convince them and change their minds and make them a very nice devotee, so that I shall console them, so that they will not cry for Krishna. They are crying, and because they are crying, Krishna is also crying like a small child. It's not correct. He is Brahman, he should not cry, and also because he is Brahman, he is omnipresent. So when he is omnipresent, why would the devotees cry for him? They need to understand this. So Uddhav, with this intention, he carried the bunch of knowledge he have about Brahman in his brain, and then he landed in Vraj. As he landed in Vraj, first he went, he saw Nanda and Yashoda and all those Vrajavasis, and he was so surprised. He could not understand. A whole night passed discussing about Krishna. And after that, early in the morning, when he went to see the gopis, the way gopis were reacting, he was so surprised. And then at one point, he wanted to explain them. Then the gopis, they were asking Uddhav that, Uddhav, you have come here to tell us about meditating upon Brahman. But actually, to meditate upon Brahman, we need to have our mind. How will we meditate on something without mind? So now we need to have mind. Our mind is not with us. Where is it? It is with Krishna. The Lord has taken away our mind. So because He has taken, He has got full control on our mind, we are unable to meditate on anything else. So if you have come all the way, could you please help us and tell us a method, a way by which we can take him out from our mind, by which we can forget him. When the conversation started in this way, he was so surprised. And then after that, he could not continue to discuss anything with them. He just remained like a devoted listener, receiver, recipient of their mercy. They have bestowed him with their mercy. After Uddhav has received their mercy, what he says? That I bow down to their lotus feet, to the particle of dust of their lotus feet. Not only that, he himself is the personality of Brahman realization. But still what he says, I have a desire to be born as a small creeper somewhere in Vraj, so that I will be all the time smeared with the transcendental foot dust of these great personalities. Like that. So anyhow, the idea is Krishna means what? The one who is eternally giving the bliss to all the devoted, unconditional servants of the Lord. That is the speciality. So they are not like temporary things. The Shastras, they are the one which deals with this transcendental objects, means Krishna and their knowledge. So those who are indulged or those who are affected by the influences of this material world, how it is possible that they can ever understand or experience the transcendence of the holy name? Not possible. So now so what is the first and foremost requirement for those who want God realization? What is the first and foremost requirement for the person who wants God realization? Here it is mentioned, for that the most essential thing is that the sincere aspirant has to listen from the lotus lips of those pure devotee. And then how to do it? With submissive spirit. Not for the reason of gathering some information. We don't need information. Informations are plentifully available in so many scriptures. So it's a huge literature in various languages. If one person, for him it's impossible to read these scriptures in his whole life. It's not so easy that a person can read the whole scriptures or understand them or follow them in one lifetime. So that's why what we need to approach a mobile shastra, a traveling shastra. A traveling shastra is the shastra which is actually the pure devotee of the Lord. So when we approach a pure devotee with the submissive spirit and listen to the transcendental words coming out of his lips, then we understand that this is nothing but the essence of the bona fide scriptures. It's the essence of those bona fide scriptures. By following this, we can fulfill the criteria of the first and foremost criteria of God realization. If not, it's not possible. That's why we repeatedly, we try to remember this, that how Bhagavan Kapil instructed Mother Devhuti by saying, Satam prasangan mamavirya samvido bhavanti hridakarna rasayana katha. This Harikatha, this glorification of the Supreme Lord is like rasayan, which pacifies the heart and the ears both. When the name of the Lord, when the form of the Lord, when the qualities and pastimes of the Lord, they enter through our ears and then enter into the heart, region of the heart. It makes the person completely inert. It makes the spirit inert. It's like the soul is being burning, is starving without food since time immemorial. What is the real food of the soul is Sachidananda. Real food for the soul is Harikatha, Harinam, Krishna Katha, the Lord Himself. That is the real food for the soul. So when the food is taken through the ears and when the food enters into the region of the heart, what happens? It makes the person completely inert. It's a completely different experience which can't be comprehended by the intellectual or mental understanding. So that's why what it is said, so it's the most essential thing, indispensably necessary thing, that we have to approach the bona fide authority, the pure souls. If we don't approach them, what will happen? The Shastras will not unfold their real truths. So that's why we have the books. We will just read them. We can read the words, but we won't be able to understand the essence. Like Gopal Chakravarti, he is not an ordinary person, he is not a foolish person, he is a highly intellectual person and very knowledgeable person who has the command on various scriptures. But what is the use when he is unable to take the essence? When he is unable to follow the essence, what is the use? it's of no use for him now. So simply by using some specific words and then trying to manipulate or trying to present the meaning in a different variation is not going to solve the purpose. When the soul, when the spirit is missing, in the content, the spirit should be there, the life should be there. Lifeless kirtan, lifeless harikatha, lifeless holy name. How it is possible the holy name has no life? Because nothing is coming from the lips of a pure devotee, then definitely it has no life. So Maharaj, you are speaking, are you a pure devotee? Definitely many people will have such questions. Because these days everyone is pure devotee, so they identify others as pure devotee. And some are the unfortunate souls, they don't identify anyone. So because we are emphasizing on listening Harikatha through the bona fide source. So that's why we have to know this. I am not a pure devotee, but my most revered Srila Gurudev, he is a pure devotee. He is the associate of Mahaprabhu. We hear this from many Guru Vargas. And also my Siksha Gurus are pure devotees. Most revered Srila Bhakti Vigyan Bharati Goswami Maharaj, most revered Srila Bhakti Niketan Turyashrami Goswami Maharaj, all these personalities are pure devotees. Not only that, our Param Gurudev and his god brothers and Prabhupada, they all, the Acharyas coming down in the line of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, they all are pure devotees. So the message is coming through them. What if we are fortunate enough to repeat their divine words, their transcendental words with utmost sincerity and with the desire to be able to serve them, then naturally the words uttered by the sincere aspirant also becomes pure, because they are not his words, they are not her words, they are the words of Guru Parampara. So that's why it is said, what we have to perform? We have to perform Anukirtan, follow the footsteps, follow the teachings of the revered Acharyas and repeat what we got from them. How we will repeat? Unless we listen to their Harikatha. So that's why first listen from the bona fide authority and then perform Kirtan. Most revered Srila Guru Maharaj would never ever say that I am traveling for preaching. Most revered Srila Guru Maharaj would never say that I am the one who is delivering someone. He would never say that I am the one who is speaking Harikatha. He would always say that my most revered Gurudev is speaking. My most revered Gurudev is delivering everything. The credit goes to Srila Gurudev only. Even many of the associates of the Prabhupada and our Param Gurudev also, our Param Gurudev's associates, means our Gurudev's god brothers, they would very often use the word tape recorder for most revered Srila Gurudev. Tape recorder is the perfect word. If we can be the tape recorder of our Guru Parampara and Guru Vargas, our life is completely transformed. In tape recorder, there is no extra content added, or there is no such, some content is abstracted, is minused, like taken out. It only comes whatever is recorded in the cassette as it is. Most revered Srila Gurudev, in his heart he has recorded each and every word which has come down from the lotus lips of most revered Param Gurudev, and that's what he has distributed to the whole world. As a result, whole world is benefited. He has set an ideal, even though he is the associate of Mahaprabhu, even though he is the associate of Param Gurudev, even though he is the associate of Prabhupada and Guru Parampara. But still, he has set an example. Sincere aspirants, no need to worry. You just need to follow one thing, that you will always perform Anukirtan. You will always perform Sankirtan. You will always repeat the same words spoken by Srila Gurudev and Guru Parampara. That's it. And then your life will be transformed. Because those words are potent. You don't need to empower them by your sadhana. They are already potent because they have come down from the lips of a pure devotee. So they are already empowered. That empowered, potent, holy name and the form and the qualities, all these things, the glories of the Lord, when they descend, whoever follows them, they all will be naturally delivered. They all will be delivered. That's why in Harikatha we have to maintain the gravity. We have to follow the gravity, that we are not speaking anything which is not coming from the lips of pure devotees. Even though we know. I liked one thing about the disciples of Nityalila Pravishtom Vishnupad Srila Bhakti Vedanta Vaman Goswami Maharaj. I asked their disciples, why don't you people travel outside India so that you people can also preach the message of Srila Vaman Goswami Maharaj. Then their disciples told me that Gurudev said not to go outside India. He asked, is preaching in India is completed? Like you had covered all the parts of India? So why you want to go outside? So even though there are quite few disciples, those who are very devoted to him, but still they are not traveling outside India. Many are traveling also, but I just spoke to some of his disciples from Punjab and from other places, and then I got to know this. So that's so special. Even though you are qualified to travel outside, but you are not willing to travel because you know that your Gurudev never had this desire. Your Gurudev never, he has directly given the instruction, and you have no, there is no desire. So other acharyas, they have different kind of idea. So every disciple, if they can sincerely, like some acharyas, their images are being printed on the book covers. But our Gurudev would not allow us to print any image of our acharyas or the Lord on the book, either on the front side or on the back side. So if we follow what our Gurudev taught us, that will be benefited for our spiritual life. If others try to follow what their spiritual masters have taught them, there may be a variation in presentation, but ultimately the message coming down in the line of all these acharyas is same, without any interpretation, without any addition to the content, without extracting anything from the content. If we can just follow the content as it is, under the shelter of a pure devotee, naturally our life will be completely transformed. It will be completely transformed with no doubt. That's so special about it. So like this is the only criteria. If not, nothing is going to be revealed. So when we follow them, today we may not be able to understand the essence or the meaning of those transcendental words, but definitely if we are sincerely doing it, it's quite natural that everything will be revealed to us. Everything will be naturally revealed to us like that. Like some disciples, like the disciples of Srila Bhaktivedanta Swami Goswami Maharaj, he asked them to preach, he asked them to travel, he asked them to do so many other kinds of things which they are doing. In the same way, everyone has to think about it. What was the teaching of my Gurudev? Even if we don't follow the footsteps of our Gurudev, if a disciple is not willing to follow the teachings given by his spiritual master, and then only try to do things which makes him feel favorable for his sadhana, he will also eventually collapse. It's not possible. Whatever we do, there should be an authority behind it, an authority which is giving the direction, which is giving us a way, which is showing us a way. That's more important. Then only we will be able to progress in our life. If not, there is no question of any kind of spiritual upliftment. It's impossible to progress in our sadhana, and it is impossible to attain anything. Lord not necessarily sees our sadhana, he sees our sadhana, our practice, in how much we are sincerely dedicated to the life and the precepts of Shri Guru and Vaishnavas. That's what is mainly observed. That is what is mainly taken care of. He doesn't see how many rounds you chanted. Then what is the use of chanting rounds? Because that is what Srila Gurudev taught. Because that is what Srila Gurudev did. So Gurudev chanted the holy name. So I have to chant the holy name because I am following the footsteps of Sri Guru. So Gurudev told me to chant Harinam. So the result of chanting the holy name is Guru Kripa, is the mercy of Sri Guru. When the Guru is merciful, then what happens? Bujechi ekhon tomai upon. We realize that actually I am already in relation with Krishna, but due to forgetfulness of that relation, I have now fallen into this material world. I have the relation. I belong to Krishna. It's not that I don't belong to Krishna, I belong to him. But I don't know this because of my forgetfulness of my relation with him. Now I don't know anything. But by the mercy of Sri Guru, the dream like this material world is broken. The layer which is around us, the layer of ignorance around us, is completely broken. It's so subtle, it's invisible, but it's too thick that nothing can enter into our heart. It's so thick and it's so solid that it's not so easily breakable. So we need a very strong force to break that barrier, to break that wall, so that the Lord can enter into a region of our heart. How it is possible? By the mercy of Sri Guru only. So when we chant the holy name, we have to chant for the pleasure of Sri Guru. May my Gurudev be pleased. If Gurudev is pleased, yasya prasadat bhagavat prasado. If Sri Guru is pleased, then the Lord is also pleased. Yasya prasadan nagati kuto api. There is no way, there is no possibility of having any shelter anywhere in the three worlds if Sri Guru is not satisfied with any of his disciple. So we chant the holy name. We will not compromise chanting the holy name. We will chant the holy name, but for the pleasure of Sri Guru. We will speak about Krishna for the pleasure of Sri Guru and Vaishnavas. We will sing the kirtan for the pleasure of Sri Guru and Vaishnavas. When the Gurudev, when the Vaishnavas are satisfied by our sadhana, then the Lord has to bestow His mercy upon us. Lord can't deny. Then the Lord can't reject the devotee. If we try to approach Him directly, He will ask our qualification. What is your qualification? Why you have come to me? Is your heart clear? Is your heart pure? No. Then why have you come to me? Only personality who gives a shelter even when the heart is completely impure is Sri Gurudev, because He is very merciful. He is the merciful expansion of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He is the maid servant of Srimati Radhika. So Mahaprabhu, Srimati Radhika, they all are most compassionate. Mahavadanya. They don't see any other qualification. They only see, oh, you have the desire to serve Krishna. No problem, you may have some defects, but by our mercy, if you want, you will be completely purified. You will be purified. Don't worry. You will be rescued. Don't worry. What you have to do? Nothing. Just stay here. Chant the holy name. Chant the holy name. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Keep chanting. Then you will get everything. Atah Sri Krishna namadina bhaved grahyam indriyai. Even if we read the books, if we read the literature, then also it's not going to show the best result in our life, because it can't be attained through the exercise with these external senses. How it can be attained? It can only be attained by the sincere effort of taking absolute shelter in the lotus feet of a pure devotee. Because all these shastras are inside the heart of that pure devotee. It's like encyclopedia. So whatever question you have, you just type it and then it comes down. All the information about it comes down. In the same way, a pure devotee is like that only. He has all the information, realization, everything. And also with no limit. It's so deep. Because the Lord is so deep. It's so deep that if you go inside Him for millions and billions of years, then also you won't find an end. Like that. When Brahma was born from the navel of the Lord, on the top of the lotus, he woke up and then to his surprise, he saw everything strange. And he wants to know his origin. So he went down into the lotus stem and very deep. He keep on going for thousands of years, but he find nothing there. He find no end. And again he came up, again he went down. Quite few thousands of years he has been traveling in that stem. But he could find nothing. Finally he was so tired. He came back and he was just sitting, and then an astral sound came which says Tapa. means perform tapasya. He started meditating what is this tap, and after that he has the God realization. So the thing is, there is no end. But we have an end. So as long as we don't realize ourselves, we don't identify ourselves as the soul, and also till that time it's impossible for us to understand any scripture. And when it comes to the Lord, how it is possible that we will ever understand that these things will ever manifest in our heart? Ata Sri Krishna Namadina Bhaved Grahyam Indriye. It's not possible to get that knowledge, to acquire that knowledge through these gross senses, through the gross body or the subtle body. It's not possible. Sevan Mukhaiva Jivhado. We have to become Sevonmukh, inclination to serve from through all the senses. Swayameva Spurittida, that will manifest within the heart. It has to manifest within the heart. The knowledge manifests within the heart of the sincere aspirant. That's what is very important. So that's why we have to be Sevonmukh. We have to serve. Serve whom? Serve the pure devotee of the Lord. Pure devotee is not the mediator or not the broker, that we try to avoid them. Pure devotee is the soul of the Lord. A pure devotee is the soul of the Lord. The Lord resides there only. The Lord remains there only. So that's why only pure devotee has the right, a pure devotee has the capacity to give Krishna. He is the possessor of Krishna. So that's why if a person can approach him, surrender to his lotus feet and beg that please give me Krishna, cry near him that I want to meet with the Lord, please bless me, then the holy name which comes out from the lips of a pure devotee, Krishna is also descending through the holy name. And when the holy name enters into our heart, we are ignorant, so we are unable to understand. But the holy name which is coming down through the lips of a pure devotee, entering into our ears, enters inside our heart. That's why the transformation starts to come. Like that. Yasya deve para bhaktir yatha deve tatha guru. How we should have that devotion. The way we have for the Lord, the same way we should have for his pure devotee, means for Sri Guru. Then only the scriptural injunctions which are which are originally created by the Lord, manifests in the aspirant's heart. The knowledge is transformed because the Lord mercifully bestows the knowledge. So it is transformed from the Lord to his devotee, and to his devotee to the aspirant. And then our life becomes successful. We have to understand this. And also what it is said, if the divine Lord, his name, form, etc. are all objects of our perceptions, everyone who makes an attempt for them would have succeeded. If, in any case, if they are the objects of our perceptions, but actually they are not the objects of our perceptions, that's why we can never succeed in our own endeavors, in our own attempts. In that case, there will be no necessity of the word transcendent. It's not necessary. if we can succeed being in this material world, because they are the objects of our perceptions. Transcendental things are beyond our sensual, intellectual, mental perceptions. So that's why it's not so easy to understand them. It's not so easy to comprehend them like that. Anyhow, what it is said, and also coming to Haridas Thakur's exposition on the divine name, we are enlightened with its high position. Like that. We are enlightened with its high position. High position, what is that? Bhakti. We are enlightened with its high position, Bhakti. Not Mukti, not Dharma, not Artha, not Kam, nothing, not Moksha. Like that. Because it's coming through Haridas Thakur's exposition. It depends on the person, it depends on the personality who has taken shelter in the lotus feet of the holy name, and what is the level of his realization. It starts to come. Further we shall discuss tomorrow. Thank you very much. Jai Radhe Shyam.